I want to welcome you to the 7th meeting of our 46th year of the Rotary Club of Dublin and Worthington. Tom Rice today has the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance. We had to clarify, of course, which Tom had it. Thank you, Tom.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for this new day full of possibilities for fellowship and service. And we thank you for this new day for Rotary, a day in which we can celebrate being on the cusp of eliminating polio, and a day when we can work to discern the next challenges you would have us take on together. Bless our district governor, we pray, and bless this time together. May we all be inspired by what you would have us do next. Amen.
And
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
President-elect Steve, do you want to introduce some of the guests today? We have a few from the district.
Yes, so we do have a few guests here, and I'm looking through the list, and we'll start with Wolf. Wolf Lant is a visiting Rotarian, and I'm going to try not to mess this up. Assistant Governor?
That's correct.
Yes. All right. So let's do it. Let's do the one clap welcome. 1, 2, 3. That's not bad.
Thank you.
We also have with us Mary Jane Shackelford, also known as MJ, and I'm pretty sure she is the district governor-elect. Yes? All right. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. And then, of course, our esteemed governor, District Governor Steve Heiser. He will be introduced a little more later. And just looking through the lists, I don't see any other guests. So let's go to Happy Dollars. Does anybody have a Happy Dollar? And if you do, please raise your hand or somehow flag me down or put it in the chat so that I can see, because I can't see everybody on my screen. Or just start shouting out. You know, anything goes.
I'll start, Steve.
Go ahead.
We moved, Karen and I, my wife and I moved yesterday from our home in which we had lived 41 years to a new home about a mile north of where we were. Not far, but from a 2-story home to a ranch house. And now that this house isn't fully ready, but we're living here now, and the big move is over, and I'm very thankful for that.
That's awesome. I think we're going to need $1 for every year that you moved. So, make the check out to the foundation, please. Who else has a Happy Dollar? I see some smiling faces. Go for it.
Likewise, I am moved into my new house up in Delaware County, and almost moved and beginning to be unpacked and feeling grateful to be near the end of moving boxes, and glad to be with everybody.
Fantastic. It looks like we're even getting a little bit of a tour, so that's nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who else has a Happy Dollar? Come on. This happens every week, and I'm not giving up this week. I need at least one more.
Yeah, you go, Steve.
I'll throw one in.
All right, thanks, Wolf.
I'm happy I'm not moving anywhere.
Yeah, amen to that. All right.
Well,
that's it. Back to you, Jim.
I did a little moving myself along with 15 others. We virtually ran across the United States and completed on Sunday our 5,000 K run across America, and raised a good bit of funds for food in the United States.
That's awesome.
Good. And now we have announcements, and I at least want to make sure that Alan, you can talk a little bit about the golf event for Bill Shant.
Good morning, golf fans. Bill Shant's Memorial Golf Outing, its inaugural day is on Tuesday, September 22nd. And there's still room. There was, when I talked to the chamber yesterday, I believe there was 24 foursomes signed up. And a number of, a few people from the club are participating. One of our members donated the actually $500 so that our club is being recognized as the meal sponsor for after the event. And I'm hoping that maybe some more people would want to participate. A couple of us also have sponsored holes. Please get a hold of Steve or me if you're interested, or just go to the chamber website and you can sign up. I think it's $85. And there are a couple of people, or at least one, looking for a foursome. So some more people to play would be great.
Yeah, we've got 2 people that are looking for 2 more people. And we already have a team as a club. So we're going to have good representation, but more is always better.
More is better. Thank you.
I saw it, Don Motley. Don, I think you have a meeting coming up.
Well, we proposed a meeting tomorrow, but Jerry Katz can't make it, so we may be having it a week from tomorrow. We'll have that to work out from the Community Service Committee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Any other announcements?
I'm from the district. I always have an announcement. So this Saturday is our fall seminar. We're going to have 8 persons who represent different service organizations with whom clubs can do service projects. It's going to be very interesting. It's from 9 to 11:30. You can register. Go to Rotary6690.org. Registration's free. So I'm saying Saturday morning, 9 to 11:30. It's going to be action-packed. It's going to be, short talks. There'll be breakout sessions. You'll be with Rotarians from all around the district. I think you'll find it really very interesting. So please go to the website. If you haven't already registered, please register. I think you'll really enjoy the fall seminar this year. So, secondly, the last, basically from September 25th to October 4th, basically the last weekend of September through the first weekend of October is Ohio Rotary, service project, Ohio Week, Rotary Week of Service in Ohio. There are 5 districts in Ohio, and my other 4 district governor peers, whom we call classmates, my other 4 classmates we're all trying to get every club in the state over that 10-day period, or hopefully very close to that 10-day period, to do some kind of service project. And we want to be able to have you tell us at the district what you're doing. We want to get that to local media, to give local media an idea of how much is going on in our district during those 10 days. And then hopefully we'll be able to gather statistics from throughout the state. And because one of the issues with Rotary is because we're all individual clubs and we all do great service, but it never gets lumped together, so people don't have an idea of the breadth and depth of really what Rotary does within the state of Ohio. So this is one way we want to try and make that happen. We have about 15,000 Rotarians throughout the state. We've got, 3,400 in our district. So we want to be able to make sure that local and statewide media knows what we do as individually and individually as a club and as a group throughout our district, throughout the state. Last thing is October 10th is the virtual zone summit. I don't know if Mary Jane's, she may talk about World Day of Peace that's coming up. But anyways, in Rotary, after the district is a zone, if you go above the district, there are then zones. So our zone, Zone 30, we partner with Zone 31, is the district just to the west of us. There's going to be from basically 9 to 5 all day long, all kinds of learning and training. You'll be getting more information on it. It's many of our past district governors are involved in zone leadership. Will be involved. So please, if you, we have something on our district website to go to register for that. You'll be getting some more information on that, but I just wanted to put that in your mind that Saturday, October 10th, could be another day of learning, training, a lot of really fascinating events that day, all of which can be done for free from your home computer. So thank you.
Thank you, MJ. Okay. Good. Well,
Jim,
yeah.
Jim, I will, since District Governor Steve did mention it, International Day of Peace is September 21st. So Darnell and Tim probably already know that. And it's very close to Steve's week of service. So if you can think of some sort of project that's focused around peace, it would be a great connection for the week of service. So, and then World Polio Day, I don't think Steve mentioned that, is October 24th. So hopefully your club is thinking about doing something for World Polio Day. So thank you, Jim. Appreciate it.
Sure enough. Any other announcements? Well, we'd like to now move on to recognizing our illustrious guests and District Governor Steve Heiser. I want to give at least a brief description of Steve's history with Rotary. He has a very extensive one. He started as a Rotarian 22 years ago in the Columbus Club. At that level, he chaired numerous committees and was awarded by that club the Service Above Self Award in 2006. He has traveled to Nairobi, Kenya as part of their project there in Nairobi that deals with children who have had parents with AIDS, and he was club president in 2013 to 2014. He has served on several committees, but notes that his first committee at the district level was membership. And during the 2009-2010 year, he received the Governor's Award for the founding of the Clintonville Rotary Club. Steve has been a district governor between 2016 and 18. And of course now is our 6690 governor at this point. He's a graduate of Swarthmore College in political science. He got one degree at Ohio State University and loved it so much that he got a second master's degree at Ohio State. He then went on to Capital University and passed the bar in 1979. Professionally, he's a commercial real estate agent with SVN Wilson Commercial, LLC. His wife, Karen, and he have been married for 42 years. They have 3 married children, 6 present grandchildren, but a 7th on the way. So I'd like you to welcome Steve Heiser as our 6690 District Governor. Steve?
Thank you. As an update, the 7th grandchild is here. He was born exactly a week ago. So that is great. Now that's 7. The other update in my biography is that my wife Karen, a week and a half ago, retired from Nationwide Children's after being there for 34 years. So so that was, and she's still doing a little. She has a short consulting contract with them for like 4 days a month, but basically she's retired, thankfully in time for us to move and for her to move right from work to packing boxes and moving from one house to the other. So she really hasn't stopped working at all, just it's a very different type of work. And I'm very thankful for that. Before I get into my prepared remarks, I'd like to say a couple things. First of all, I was your assistant governor, so I feel as if I know this, I feel very close to this club. This is really, I have 4 clubs for which I was assistant governor, and for all of them, it's really kind of special and a little bit different than other clubs. Because I feel I know your members. I've been involved in things that you've done, and so it's special. I just want to say that, 2 of the special members who are no longer with us, B.J. Stone and Bill Shantz, Bill, with whom I was expecting to have him be, president this year. That's why I do have kind of a heavy heart, but I know that the rest of you guys have just carried on. And it's gratifying to see what you've done. Through tough times. At the district level with this club, Connie and Tim are both assistant governors. Ro has been chair of our youth services committee for many years. And then, Peggy, past district governor, Peggy's helped us get the Marysville Club off the ground, kind of the special representative of the district. And so from a district point of view, it's been special. And, Darnell, and I met Darnell years ago, when he was an assistant governor, and he and I have been on the audit committee doing audits of the district books for, I don't know what, Darnell, 4 or 5 years now. So, being involved with this club in that way is really great. As far as the questions I asked you, I thank you. People recognized 20 different members of your club. So you have a club of about, a little over 90. So basically over 20% of your club was recognized as being a member that was admired. Think about that. This shows you the depth and breadth of how many persons in your club are admired by others. And, that's really great to see. That's a large percentage of your club that's admired. You should feel very proud about that. And some of the adjectives that were used to describe persons who were admired: selfless, hardworking, engaging, inspiring, guides us, role model, dedicated, organized, effective, integrity, industrious, high energy, welcoming. So that just gives you an idea of why you feel these persons should be admired. As far as speakers, a lot of persons put Catherine Sullivan, past astronaut Catherine Sullivan, really hit a chord with this club because a lot of people mentioned her as being one of their favorite meetings. A couple others were the human trafficking meeting, one where your speaker talked about human trafficking in Central Ohio. Your 40th anniversary meeting, when Doug Southgate spoke about Venezuela, and the Buddy Box meeting, where you put together, for the, which is kind of a service project meeting all wrapped into one. But that hit a chord with a number of members. And then favorite service projects. Well, first of all, a couple people put all youth activities. We'll July 4th, the family picnic, the scholarships and clinics that you take, from Dominican Republic that you have done for so long, the Marola building cleanup, the Worthington Community Center playground that you guys, and library tutoring. Those were kind of the main service projects that seemed to strike a chord with your club. So you have a great range of projects, many different meetings interest you. So your interests are far and wide, and that's why your leadership has to make sure that we keep you guys a little focused so you're not going off in too many different directions, but make sure enough that everybody stays involved. And so I again, I'm grateful, and I thank you. And now that you've heard my that passion, now I will go into my prepared remarks. Thank you. I'm a Rotarian because I want to help every person start each day with hope so that they end each day feeling fulfilled. And Rotary is the best way I know to try to make that happen. In 2017, when Karen and I visited the Rafiki Residential School outside of Nairobi, a school that a member of my Rotary Club helped create, I saw children who were orphans, many living on the street before coming to Rafiki, who now had a place that provided them food, shelter, learning, and caring adults. These children woke up with hope and felt fulfilled when they went to bed. They would not feel this way without numerous Rotary clubs and other organizations who contributed to their time and treasure to build and operate this wonderful school. This is an example of what Rotary does and how Rotary has helped fulfill me by bringing my dream closer to reality. Now, I may not live to see my dream realized, but because my dream is so much bigger than just me, makes Rotary much more important to me. Because only an organization like Rotary can allow my dream to be realized. This year is a unique year for Rotary and everyone else. However, we must stay focused on why we are Rotarians. We are Rotarians because both fellowship and service are important to each of us having a fulfilled life. This meeting is an example of our continuing engagement, our continuing fellowship with each other. But we must maintain contact with those members who are not engaged in this meeting. Please have a system to contact them. Show them we care. Service is the other pillar of our Rotary Tower. Make sure you continue to find service projects to do. In talking to President Jim, your club continues to be active in helping at the Worthington Resource Pantry, whether it be donating an incredible number of food items, around 2,000, spurred by having a contest among member teams, helping students in the Dominican Republic attend college with your scholarships, or working with your progeny, Dublin AM and Worthington AM, to create a Columbus State scholarship program. These service projects continue your club's long history of adapting to our changing environment and meeting the needs of today, not yesterday. An adjunct to your service projects is each club's general fundraising efforts. Your Super Bowling event, thank you, Jim Farmer, for your persistence, is a wonderful example of your club's ability to find new ways to raise money when traditional fundraisers were not as successful as the club desires. And next year, we all hope your July 4th Worthington picnic will once again be held. Please remember that on our district's website, there are numerous examples of other service projects and fundraisers that can be done by your club in these special times. This year's theme is Rotary Opens Opportunities. Opportunities in the areas of training and learning abound. If you have never taken a Rotary Learning Center course, I encourage you to do so. There are so many courses. I'm sure you will find one that interests you. The district and Rotary International have numerous virtual events each month, and they can all be done from your home at no cost to you except your time. All I ask is that you try one of these options, as the more you learn about Rotary, the more committed you will become to doing good in the world, I'm sure. Also, your home computer will allow you to visit meetings of clubs near and far. The website, bit.ly/online Rotary meeting database, will take you to a spreadsheet of Rotary meetings around the world, the day and time of the meeting, and how to access the meeting virtually. Try joining a meeting of a club in another state, another country, on another continent. Your appreciation and enthusiasm for Rotary will only increase. An additional way to increase your pride and passion for Rotary, and one of my favorite ways to increase that pride and passion, is to attend a Rotary International Convention. The 2021 RI Convention is in Taipei, Taiwan, a country of almost 24 million persons that has had only 488 cases of COVID-19 and less than 10 deaths. There are few experiences that are as exhilarating and as memorable as a Rotary International Convention, especially your first one. You will never regret your decision to attend. Our RI President, Holger Kanai, has 4 key messages for you. First, Rotary International has new innovative club models, such as e-clubs, passport clubs, and cause clubs. In order to expand our reach, our district is working to create new clubs using these new models. But we need the active support of our current Rotarians to reach our goal of more district Rotary members that will allow us to do more good in the world. Second, once a year, each club should have a meeting devoted to strategic planning, at which you should ask, what should your club look like in 5 years? And what steps should you take to achieve that vision? Have this meeting, then find your club leader for this initiative and make your vision a reality. Third, select new members carefully and make sure they are a good fit for your club and that your club meets their expectations. Engage them and take care of them. And remember, there is no wrong age to become a Rotarian. Fourth, continue your efforts to end polio. Please become a member of our district's 125 Club in which you contribute $100 to the Rotary Foundation's annual fund and $25 to Polio Plus. And finally, host a World Polio Day fundraising event in October and help Rotary to fulfill its promise to the children of the world. Creativity, collaboration, engagement, and adaptation will be our guideposts this year. We will use these guideposts to attain our district goals of increased membership, increased giving to the annual fund and Polio Plus, and having more members use Rotary Direct as the vehicle for those donations. And along with real increases in donations to the Rotary Foundation, we will strive to increase the percentage of district members who donate in each of these categories, which will allow us to achieve our goals through a shared commitment by our entire district membership. Rotary was formed for a time like this. We are more needed and more relevant than ever before. We give people a chance to be for something, an affirmative sense of belonging to an organization whose mission is bigger than themselves. We are more about others and less about ourselves. And we are an optimistic bunch who see the glass half full. Rotary is universal in a small way. We are the trusted voice in every community, everywhere. Rotary is universal in a big way. We have a foundation that has a global presence that enables Rotarians to tackle issues of scale and magnitude that would overwhelm others. But never has Rotary been more challenged. We do not have limitless resources, nor will one initiative fit every community. We need to be strategic and wise investors of our resources of time, talent, and treasure. Our community projects must be relevant and inclusive. Our proven model of serving and engaging others by evolving to meet our changing world must continue. Each club, your club, must find the people and places in the community where they are needed and bring their resources, along with the resources of collaborative organizations, to help address those needs. And when that happens, you will feel as fulfilled as I did at Rafiki. We have done this before, and we can do this now. We are needed, and we will be there. This is our time, and when it is our time, we meet the challenge, always. Thank you, Dublin Worthington Rotarians. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
And now, are there any questions? And don't all speak at once, really.
You'll have to unmute yourselves. Steve, we've struggled with and missed certainly the the face-to-face contact of normal meetings. And could you speak a little bit about how other clubs are in fact compensating for that and really working with that in the district?
Our district of 59 clubs runs the panoply of different ways to meet. We have, in Central Ohio, where you are, virtually all the clubs are meeting virtually. Some have they do hybrid for a little bit, then they go to virtual or kind of back and forth. Everybody's struggling to try and find a place to try and do a hybrid meeting, to do an in-person, plus virtual meeting. But it's in Central Ohio, it's been a struggle. Outside of Central Ohio, we have, I don't know, I don't have the exact number, 5, 6 clubs who are meeting in person. I mean, in smaller towns, smaller clubs, and they might get anywhere from 10 to 20 people, depending on the size of the club and the space in which they're meeting in person, and then they're doing it virtually. There's probably 2 or 3 clubs that are just meeting in person. And again, smaller clubs, most of them have found outdoor locations, either shelter houses in parks, I mean, patios at restaurants where they can all be outside. You know, that's kind of the lay of the land as far as meetings. But in Central Ohio, clubs do want to meet in person, but we're struggling really to find locations where people feel comfortable in having an in-person meeting. And then the other issue is, such as with the Upper Arlington Club, where they meet, you know, at Scioto Country Club, but they have a minimum. And so their in-person meetings, you know, they have a minimum of, let's say 50, they were getting like 20 people or 25 people. So they were having to pay the country club each month for the difference between the number of people who showed up and their minimum. So it was costing them money to have in-person meetings. You know, I mean, having a hybrid meeting. And they were getting like 50 people on their virtual side. So, so you have all those struggles, and plus in the same struggle that you have, prior to COVID-19, the new go-to place for Rotary clubs to hold meetings were senior centers, congregate care facilities, you know, continuing care facilities, and we probably had 6, 7 in Central Ohio that had begun meeting at places similar to where you were meeting, you know, at Brookdale, and all of that went away. So clubs, all of a sudden, they were scrambling to find new locations. You know, and this is not the easiest time to do that. I mean, it is and it isn't. I mean, you think there's a lot of options, and then you start looking and saying, maybe there's not as many options as we initially thought. So that's been a real struggle. I don't know, MJ, you have anything you want to add?
Oh, I was just going to say that a lot of clubs, Jim, are finding ways to meet kind of outside for service projects where they can socially distance. And, you know, so whether it's bagging things to give to teachers or picking up trash or whatever the project might look like. So they've had the opportunity. The meetings are still being virtual or hybrid, but the service projects have been in person. And then I think, Steve, didn't your club meet at a park? Like they had a social where they met at a park and everybody brought their own lawn chairs and, you know, maybe
Right.
a beverage or whatever. And so they were able to have a social, kind of at a socially distanced environment. So I think there's a lot of opportunity to get kind of creative. But as far as the actual meetings, we're still kind of finding our way, I think, kind of figuring out how it's going to work. But there are clubs that are finding ways to meet in person, but not necessarily as a meeting per se. It's more of a social environment or a service project environment.
Thank you. Other questions?
I guess my question, Dave, do you have a question? My question to you is, how are you seeing this environment? You know, is there something you think Rotary should be doing that we're not, or how can we help you to do what you want to do? Because that's really what. Don't forget, the district exists to help strengthen clubs. Maybe this hasn't been stressed enough in the past, but that's really why we're here. Everything in Rotary happens at the club level. So we're here to help you pursue your goals. And my question always is, what can we do to help you? Yeah. What's part of your strategic? Yeah, go on, Jim.
Yeah, one of the things that, and I speak for several people, I think, is that more recently you've done, and people are used to using Zoom, done some really good trainings and events in terms of specific areas. And I'm trying to get out to many of the members who work in everything from membership to service to get online to those events, and they're reporting back some that they feel very good about what has been done. And I'm new to went through the president-elect phase very quickly and almost non-existently. So for me, this has been very helpful. That I can at least say, and I'm looking forward to the event this weekend.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. And hopefully Steve is enjoying being on MJ's monthly PE meetings.
Definitely. Looking forward to the next one.
And the other thing I'll say is, for all of you, we have lots of opportunities to serve at the district level. I mean, not as a committee chair, but on a committee. So, you know, if any of you have an interest, and this wouldn't be something that would take up, obviously, it wouldn't take up your whole day. Talk to people in your club who have served, who either are serving or have served at the district level. We are always looking for more persons to help us at the district level, you know, basically spreading the word as far as we have talent at the district level that can help a club pursue their goals. And think about how we can help you pursue your goals. I mean, that's probably the best way I can express it. Because I don't think clubs have done that enough, personally. You know, it's great to have the district governor come and speak and listen to the talk and whatever, and then go on with your business. Go on with what you do every day as a club, which is fine. But we haven't, obviously, I don't think the district has made it known to clubs enough that we're here for, you know, support in many different ways. So, but you have to think, it's like anything else. You have to think about, how can I use this asset to, you know, to enhance our club environment.
Yeah, Steve, I would agree that our club may not be utilizing the district's resources to the best of its ability, but I think that's part of the larger problem we're all facing as individual clubs about, you know, how do we operate right now? So my question is, you know, you've now seen the format of our Zoom meeting, and we're actively looking for, you know, getting the sergeants back up and getting a greeter going. Thank you, Sue Cody, for that today. Are you seeing anything other clubs are doing in the virtual format that is kind of adding some spice or some excitement to the meetings?
They'll do breakout. I mean, during club meeting, they'll do, you know, you may have a breakout session if you have a question or an issue. I don't know that I've seen a club do it, but you could obviously, you could even have a committee meeting. You know, you could even take a portion of the time and do breakout groups, which are actually committee meetings.
We recently started talking about that.
I think the other thing I would do is I would invite you guys have I would invite persons onto your meetings. In many ways, this is the easiest time to invite prospective members, because they don't have to physically, you know, get in a car and go to a meeting, and they can see all kinds of people in your club in one fell swoop. if I actually attend your club meeting, I see these people, I may only talk to 5 or 6 of them. I have the opportunity to hear, you know, if I get on a little bit early and I'm a prospective member, I have the opportunity to hear from, you know, 10 or 12 members, many more than I would have heard from or talked to if I had come to an in-person meeting. You know, interactors, invite interactors, Rotaractors to your meetings. Invite organizations with whom you work. You work with the chamber. Invite, you know, not only the, you know, persons who are in your club from the chamber, but ask other chamber members, ask other persons from the Worthington Resource Center, you know, to attend attend a meeting. You know, I'm saying virtually, it's just relatively easy to attend and make it inviting for them. You know, tell them who the speaker is going to be and make them feel very welcome when they come on. There are contests. There are games. I mean, in Cambridge, the president there, Larry Parnell, does right now. He's doing something called. He has a baby picture of one of the members. That after he posted, MJ, earlier in the week, I think.
He posts like one clue last week, and apparently they didn't figure it out, so he posted another clue this week, and so I think he posts clues until somebody guesses who it is. So yeah.
You know, and then he did other, you know, he did other things, like he'd say to the people on the meeting, you know, think of 3, you know, give me 3 phrases about yourself, only one of which is true, and the other members of the club have to guess which one is either true or false, which you can go either way on that. You know, say 3 things about yourself, and either one is true or one is false, and have the rest of the members try and guess the answer. So it's a way just to get to know each other even a little better.
I imagine we can do that through the Zoom poll, right?
Yeah.
That'd be perfect for that.
Yeah. Right.
And Steve, if you get a hold of Dana Vogelmeyer, I'm not sure if you had the opportunity to participate in the last master class that Dana, the district trainer, put together. There was like 25 kind of team building exercises that she provided. So if you weren't able to attend that master class, I would reach out to her, and she would be, I'm sure, very happy to email you those 25 activities that could easily be done on a Zoom type meeting to kind of get things engaged.
I reached out to her last week, and I've got that in my inbox, so I'm looking forward to bringing it to the club. Yeah, thank you.
You're already all over it. Excellent.
Great.
Trying.
Absolutely. So Jim, I will turn it back. If no one has any more questions, I mean, obviously, this is not the only time you can ask me questions. You can email me, call me, whatever, at any time. Myself, MJ, Price Finley, our district governor nominee, all of us are available pretty much, you know, whenever you need us. So we really appreciate I really appreciate being able to talk to you today, and this will not be the last time I see you. My hope is that once we are able to meet in person, that I will either be at a meeting, be at a service project, or be at a social that you have, you know, in person over the year, and hopefully more than once. But this will not be the last time that I'm with you. So I really appreciate the opportunity and the honor of being with you today. Thank you.
Steve, we certainly appreciate your dedication to getting out to the clubs. I know this is for you and MJ's accompanying and Wolf's accompanying you. This is quite a commitment that you've made. I very much enjoyed your presentation today, and I think you've given us not only things to think about in terms of our dedication and commitment to Rotary that are there, but also some really very down-to-earth suggestions and ideas. And you also provided that you didn't gloss over the rough time, which sometimes a lot of people like to do, but it isn't helpful. And I appreciate your down-to-earth approach to things too. So you did a very nice job. And again, I want to thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule. We will still hold our normal kind of social time after the meeting. If you want to stick around and talk with other members, you're welcome to remain online today. But with all of that, we will end with the reciting of the four-way test. First, is it the truth? I'll let everybody, why don't we go ahead and unmute everyone? Please unmute, okay. And again, we'll try it over again. First, is it the truth?
The truth.
Second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
third,
Will it build goodwill?
Better friendships?
and fourth,
Will it be beneficial?
Beneficial to all.
again, thank everyone for attending today.
Thank you.
We certainly appreciated the visit and the camaraderie. So the official meeting is over, and any questions, comments?
Thank you.